I received this message for someone minutes after I woke up this morning. And it's a message that's really firm and direct, but I'm going to do it with a lot of love. And that within itself is kind of the message. If you're someone who is like trying to wake people up or teach them or to get them to see things from a higher perspective that is more loving, more light, that holds a higher frequency, you want to primarily lead and teach and show the way by example, not effort. You have to remember that everything at its core is energy. It's less about what you do and say and more about the way in which you do it and the energy that you do it with. I'm reminded by a quote that I have loved for many years by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it is every action is measured by the sentiment from which it proceeds. Every action is measured by the sentiment from which it proceeds. Everything is energy. So if you are trying to get someone to see things a certain way, and if you're using effort and force and aggression even to do so, they are very unlikely to receive that well, because there is incongruency between you and what you're saying. You're trying to teach a higher perspective and show a more loving way, but you're not embodied in that moment. So people aren't going to receive that well, because intuitively and subconsciously they can feel that incongruency within you. What you're saying to them isn't embodied. And so I want you to start to really believe in the power of your energy, your presence, your heart, your love. Let that be the teacher. Let you and just your mere presence and the way that you live life, the way that you make people feel, the love that you offer, the kindness that you speak with, the smile and the gentleness that you give to others, let that be the teacher. And guess what? With that energy, with that intention of love and seeing people as the divinity that they are, meeting them at their level. And that's another thing I want to briefly touch on. If you're speaking to them and talking to them and teaching them from the perspective that you are better than them and they need to listen to you, that's your ego. It's not to demonize the ego either, but that is what we're here to undo. That's the hierarchy. That's the programming of this world. That's the illusion, you can say. We're all equal. We are all that divine light. And so when you choose to perceive people that way, from equality, because you know that they are just a reflection of you, then you bring out that within them. Just by choosing to perceive them that way, just by honoring the divinity and the light that they are, that alone, without you saying a word, is going to have more of an impact on them and their heart and their receptivity than you saying a single word. So I think it's important that we start to become more aware of this as we teach, as we share wisdom, because a big part of the lessons that we have to learn on the spiritual path, and I say this from personal experience, is humility. We need to teach from love and humility. And this is a lesson that I have had to learn a really hard way. Right? If you go back to my videos maybe a year or two, like I have done this. I'm a very fiery, passionate person. As an Aries sun and a Scorpio moon, if you know what that means, I have a lot of fire, I have a lot of passion. And in the beginning of my journey, when I was just starting to take my power back, I was speaking really aggressively to people to get my point across. I've had to learn how to humble myself. Pain does that to you. That's why it's important to feel emotional pain. It softens your heart, gets you to see things clearly. But that's another video. The main message is your awareness, your consciousness, your ability to see things differently is a gift. It's a power. Use your power responsibly. That Spider-Man saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Learn how to use and wield your power to tame your fire and to be more soft and kind in your delivery to others. And listen, we're all human. I'm not saying this for people to beat themselves up when they lash out. It's not about that. It's about being more aware. And if you have a moment where you speak aggressively and you lash out, it's fine. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just be aware of it. Reflect on it and be more aware. So, and just say to yourself, okay, I see that. I see that there's a lesson, there's more of a lesson there for me to still integrate. And next time I'm going to try to do a little better. And that's all. It's not to beat yourself up or gaslight yourself for how you were feeling in that moment. This is a process. It's a learning process that happens in layers and layers. But I think it's really important for us to have that awareness and sort of that intention to keep evolving ourselves and to become better communicators and to be more kind to each other. So I hope that helps you. I don't usually create videos early in the morning like this, but this, like I felt really nudged as I woke up to share this. So be more humble, be more kind, and know the power of your energy and your frequency, and let that do more of the work for you. Stop trying to work so hard. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day.